Greetings and welcome to our screencast of Cycle 3. Let's start with Step 1, Investigate. So we'll look at the key updates from Year 7 to Year 8 materials. Let's begin with what has stayed the same. You're still expected to learn about and analyze teacher coaching, observation, and/or instructional feedback practices at your school. Then you'll identify a volunteer teacher, understand the teacher's classroom context, and explain how these elements shape your coaching cycle. Now, what's changed in Year 8? First, the guidance about staging and scripting has been clarified. The Year 8 guide explains and defines staging as predetermining who will say what, when, and how in your meetings. Your coaching must be an authentic conversation with the volunteer teacher and not staged or scripted. Another subtle change, while the tasks you perform will remain the same, the Year 8 guide includes more specific language around aligning your analysis with evidence-based practices and adult learning theory. Now let's turn to Step 2. In both versions, you'll be required to conduct and record a pre-observation meeting with your volunteer teacher. Together, you review the lesson plan, discuss student needs, then select one or two CSTP elements, and plan the observation protocol. Here's what's a bit new in the Year 8 materials. First, there's a major shift in how you present evidence of your coaching. In Year 7, you annotated your video clips using 4 specific annotation titles, like Volunteer Teacher Self-Assessment or Lesson Plan Review. In Year 8, the annotation system is gone for Step 2. Instead, you will provide a written, verbal, or ASL commentary explaining your coaching practices. You must still submit 2 video clips of the pre-observation meeting, each up to 6 minutes in length. However, your reflection and analysis of what's happening in those clips now go in a separate commentary, either written up to 8 pages or verbal up to 10 minutes. The commentary includes 4 prompted topics. 1, how you and the teacher identified instructional needs. 2, how you reviewed the lesson plan. 3, how you selected the 1 or 2 CSTP elements. And 4, how you reviewed the coaching and observation process. In addition, the updated guidance emphasizes equity, including more detailed expectations for how you understand student needs, such as culture, linguistics, and learning supports during your planning process and conversation with the volunteer teacher. So now let's turn to Step 3, which is ACT. This is where you conduct the classroom observation and lead the post-observation meeting with the volunteer teacher. Here are some changes. First, like in Step 2, the annotation system used in Year 7 is no longer a part of Step 3. Instead, after recording your post-observation meeting, you will select 1 to 3 video clips totaling up to 15 minutes, and then provide a commentary that explains your coaching actions. This commentary can be written up to 8 pages or verbal/ASL up to 10 minutes and must address 3 key prompts. 1, how the teacher assessed student learning and how you co-analyze the data. 2, how you discuss the effectiveness of teaching practices and identified next steps. The feedback the teacher gave you about your coaching, which was helpful or not. In Year 7, they were annotated in the video clips. In Year 8, they must be detailed in your commentary. Again, referencing specific timestamps and dialogue. Also, new in Year 8 is a clear expectation to prepare guiding questions that engage the teacher in 2-way conversations, increasing their ownership of strengths and growth areas. Another refinement, while you still submit student work and observation notes, Year 8 places increased emphasis on analyzing missed opportunities for learning. not what was just observed. So, in short, step three in year eight moves from annotations to commentary and deepens the expectations for evidence based coaching, collaborative analysis, and reflective practice. In step four, we arrive at the reflection. This step is your opportunity to synthesize what you've learned through the coaching cycle with the volunteer teacher to identify your own leadership strengths and areas for growth. The main structure remains the same in year eight. You reflect on the following: one, your coaching abilities during the post observation meeting; two, how you facilitated a two-way conversation with the teacher; three, the broader impact of coaching for teacher growth and equitable leadership. What's new in year eight is again the flexibility in how you present your reflection. Instead of only submitting a written narrative, you now have the option to record a verbal or ASL reflection. In year eight, you are asked to cite specific evidence from earlier steps and integrate feedback you solicited from your volunteer teacher to support your reflection. Finally, this version also emphasizes your role as an equity-driven leader, prompting you to think about how coaching benefits all students, especially those with diverse learning needs. So now this brings us to the end of the screencast for Cycle 3, Year 8 materials. Thank you.